Thanks for checking out this short overview of Synth Ai by Sample Logic. This is a modern fusion of cinematic synthesis, multi-sampled analog, digital, modern and vintage instruments combined with motion, expression and sequencing. The powerful engine animates and mutates these classic synth sounds in fresh and exciting ways. The result is a stunning combination of synthetic sounds with organic movement. Take a listen. Running in the full version of Kontakt, this library uses the powerful quad-core engine to layer, animate and manipulate the sounds of synths with a palette of over 1,000 multi-sampled instruments and presets, all tagged and categorized. Many of the presets have their step animators and velocity response linked to filters for even more expression. Synth Ai is the sound of classic synth oscillators, modular gear, wavetable workstations and more. The audio that Synth Ai produces is rooted in retro synth nostalgia, but given a modern twist. Perfect for scoring across multiple genres, vintage TV, hybrid cinema and cutting-edge games. You'll find a huge breadth of sounds here that will slot into almost any kind of music. Before I get into the details of the library, it's worth noting that there are plenty of other videos with more information and examples. Do check them out. Synth Ai has a familiar interface to many other Sample Logic libraries. In fact, if you've tried out its cousins, Symphonic AI and World AI, you'll feel right at home with the interface, as it's almost identical, but with a completely new suite of sounds and presets. You might already recognise these Sample Logic staples: 4 cores, randomization, XY core mixer pad, step animators, FX and mastering sections. Using the multi-tags in the centre section here, it's easy to find the style of presets that you're looking for. Just select one or more tags. For example, how about analog pads? Or plucked leads. You can favourite your preferred patches in the browser by clicking the little heart icons, and they'll be remembered even when you close and reopen the instrument. Within this one browsing page, you can see presets for all 4 cores, as I just showed, single cores just here, source sounds for the cores, and even the step animator presets. Just choose along the top here. Filter and select presets using the panel here. Everything is laid out logically, with each of the 4 cores having on-off controls for the sound and effects chain, and even solo buttons. You can browse via the tag system, or use the arrows for each core. The browser is so flexible that you can load up just elements of presets and keep the other parameters intact. I want to give a special specific mention to the source browser, where you can find the original multi-sampled source patches. Solo a core, disable the step sequencing, core effects, and master effects. Then it's possible to browse through the hundreds of source sounds, from analog pads to digital plucks. For example, there are 27 analog bass sounds alone. Using the 4 interface windows here, Core, Step, FX, and Master, it's easy to completely customize presets and create your own unique patches. Then utilize the XY pad with either manual movements or automation to blend the 4 core sounds. Let's record a movement. And then play it back. There are even some presets for automatic XY blend movements. In the core window, you can set up the main controls for each core, adjust presets, sound sources, filtering, attack and release, energy, panning, and more. Click here to open various sequences, including intensity controls and animator windows, giving additional motion to the filters, with different LFO shapes, speed, intensity, and fade-in times. Click open each core's global controls to set output channels, pitch shift, and transpose. Configure playable ranges too by dragging just here. The individual coloured meters display each core's output, with a colour-coded key range for each core, indicating the playable ranges, so stacking and soloing cores is super easy. You can do really musical things with this. For example, with this patch, I can limit the range of the melodic pluck in core 2 so that it only plays on the lower keys, leaving me free to play chords in a higher range. The step window is where complex rhythmic movements can be programmed with the step animator. You can open each individual core's step controls, also giving access to presets, or just use the overview window. At the moment you're listening to a melodic step preset, but there are hundreds of others, covering chordal, non-chordal, melodic and traditional. Adventurous users can dive deep into the step animator and program with over 100 steps, with notes, stutters and glides, using different note durations and transpositions, arpeggio types and panning. It's also possible to apply swing, set up the number of plays and direction of animation just here. If you want to transfer the data from the step animator to your DAW, just click into a core, activate MIDI drag and drop, record your notes, and then drag the MIDI to your project, where you can use it with whichever instruments you like and edit it in the normal way. Each core has 6 effect slots, which can be populated with over 20 different effects. And there are presets too. Key parameters of each of the effects can be automated as well, on separate clock speeds to the step animator. Lastly, the master window features a hot swappable effects chain with comprehensive controls and presets, perfect for polishing up your sound so that the synths slot right into your track with mix-ready processing. Let's not forget the very powerful randomization controls and filtering. The engine's intelligent randomization technology will generate useful results with just a couple of clicks. Start with a preset and go to work, randomizing presets, source, step animator patterns, the effects chain, and many other sets of parameters. You can choose all cores or combinations of them. Keep the elements of the patch that you love and replace the rest. You can even generate melodies and harmonies by randomizing the transpose values in particular scales. So that's just a quick overview of the sounds and functions of Synth Ai, a creative blend of synth tones and movement. For more information, video and audio demos, head to samplelogic.com, and thanks for watching.